Hello everyone, I am Tereza with PotomacBeads.eu and PotomacBeads.com, and today I am going to show you how to make this Dragonfly Wings bracelet with nice strong design. But the way to make this bracelet is really easy and it's suitable for beginners. And today I'm going to show you how to mix all those different 2-hole beads and how to work with them and how not to get crazy with all those different kinds and make this beautiful bracelet. If you want to be along with me, you can go below the YouTube video box. You can find there the description, and in the description you will find links to all the products I used for making this video and this bracelet. And that was for the center part of this bracelet. I'm going to use 2-hole bars, which is these. I will use the copper color. Another bead which I'm going to use in the center is Potomac exclusive Ava beads in metallic gold. Then another Potomac exclusive, which are these RounDuos. I will use sunflower yellow Picasso. Then we will move to the outside of the bracelet and we will add Potomac magic copper 3x4 Rondelles. And together with them we will add 2-hole daggers. I chose this coppery color and the name is long, but it's called Bronze Luster Iris Opaque Red. So if you want to choose these colors, you will know. And of course I can't forget some seed beads. I will use 15-ohs, Miyuki 15-ohs. I will use color Metallic Mix, which is a nice check coating with some gold, bronze and coppery colors. I really like this one. It's very suitable for a lot of designs and I like these colors. Of course I can't forget as well some clasp. I will use this small one, the gold plated Claspgarten clasp called Structured Melon. And also last but not least, I will work with Wildfire. I chose the green color because usually the green color is the least visible and can easily disappear with even the different colors. I originally was trying to choose red, but then I went for the green. I am working with 0.50 millimeters size of this Wildfire. And concerning the needles, you will be working with 2 needles at once. You can choose size 10 needle because we will go once usually through a bead. So if you want to use a bigger needle, you can go for size 10. Again, all the materials you will find under the video in the description box. And to start, we will work our way from the inside out. You start at one end, going to the other, then back and then back again. We will work with 2 needles at once, and which prevents us from actually doing the bracelet like this. If you can see that, it's a bit wavy. I used a different technique. I used only 1 needle and I wasn't working simultaneously along both sides, and this is the result. So I will teach you how to do it properly. And you will start at one end, adding as we begin 1 piece of clasp. So you will need a long piece of thread, which is for me 2 meters. This bracelet has around 14 centimeters, which means 1 strand of daggers and 1 tube, even less, and 1 pack of avas will be more than enough for this bracelet. So I will start here basically. So it's up to you which clasp you are going to use. Here I went for stainless steel lobster clasp, but now for you I chose something a bit more fancy. So I have my 2 needles threaded. I used pliers to get it on the wildfire. Ellie made a lot of videos doing that, so if you have troubles, try searching for how to thread a needle with wildfire, and I believe we even have a blog for that. So we will start to one side. So pick 2 Miyuki 15-0s and one half of the clasp. Then 4 15-0s. And slide everything in the middle of your thread. And I was working with my right needle, so now I will take the other one and go through the last 2 beads I added and pull the thread. So now I have created a loop for the clasp. Now I would recommend checking again that the clasp is in the middle of your thread. And as you can see, it moved a bit, so try to position it again in the center. Nice. And it's exactly in the middle. And now I can start actually working. So spread those 2 needles of yours like this. And now I will be adding this half circle, I would call it, by adding 3 15-0s, 3 at each needle, on each needle, 3. And now it's time to add our first ava. So go with 1 needle through the first hole, and with the second needle through the second hole. Now slide. And the drill is like this. Here you just went through this hole, and here you have to add 1 15-0, 2 daggers through the first hole, and again a 15-0, and then you go with your needle through the second branch of the ava. So I'm going to do that. Move this. So 1 15-0, 1 dagger through the first hole, second dagger, second 15-0, and through the last hole of the ava bead. Be careful, avas are fragile, so yes, like this, and pull again. This is the first step. This is the first Ava edit and first 2 daggers edit. Between each Ava bead, I will put a 2-hole bar. So, but first, pick 1 15-0 on each needle. Then go with your needles through the 2-hole bar and then add again 1 15-0 at each needle. Like this. Slide down. And now it's time to add again Ava, but in the opposite direction. So the arrow will be facing the other way. I will go with my first needle through the upper hole, the Ava. With my second needle through the first lower hole. And as we did it just a moment ago, pick 1 15-0 and 2 daggers through their first hole. 1 15-0 again. And now go to the second hole. Now slide and pull tight. And this you will be doing until you reach the length of the bracelet you want to have. So for me it was 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 Avas. And my wrist is around 13 centimeters and it's a bit bigger. I would go for the even count as well, because as you can see right here, if this would be like this, it would match better. The connection would be much better. So I would recommend using an even count of Avas, but it's up to you. Even the odd count works. So continue like this until you reach this point, and there we will add the second half of the clasp, which I will show you in a moment. I have reached the point where I want to add the other half of the clasp. So on one needle, pick 3 15-0s. On the other needle, pick 5. Slide a bit down and take the second needle with the 3 15-0s on it and go through the last 2 and pull tight. Nice. Then take your needles again and start with one of them, the left one for example. Take 2 15-0s, then add the other half of the clasp, and then 2 15-0s again, and now go through these 2 15-0s and pull. Nice. Now the second half of the clasp is added. I'm still holding the left, let's say, needle, and now I want to get over here where I will start adding the RounDuos. So now I will, between each Ava, I will add a RounDuo, then go through the lower, well, for example, the first hole of the 2-hole dagger, as we just did, and I will just add the RounDuos at this point. But what's important, you will be adding the RounDuos simultaneously. So 2 here, then you will move over with the 2 needles again over here and like this, which then stops the bracelet from waving like this. I don't say it's necessary and too bad, but I don't like it. So let's do it like this, which means that start with 1 needle and go through the 3 15-ohs and through the first hole of the Ava and pull. Now take the second needle and go through the 3 15-ohs again, then through Ava, through the 15-oh, the 2 dagger beads, the 15-oh and the other half of the Ava. This is a bit tricky, so be careful not to break the Ava bead. That would not be very good. So then the daggers. I recommend split this into like steps. So go through daggers, go through 15-oh, go through Ava. Not everything at once. These 2 work together and pull. And now it's time to add the RounDuos. So here I have more than enough. So go through the first RounDuo hole and then through the second Ava, just through the hole and pull. Now the RounDuo is sitting on the 2-hole bar between Avas. So now we will move over to the other needle, do the same and take another RounDuo, and here you will go again through the Ava and the 15-ohs and the daggers. See, both of them are sitting on the 2-hole bar. And you will add a RounDuo between each Ava on both sides and continue until you reach again this point here, and then we will move over to the next layer. I have reached the end of the bracelet. I have reached the other half of the clasp, and now I will move over to the top layer of the bracelet, and there we will add 3x4 PC Rondelles. These, the final touch of bling. Between each dagger 1 15-oh and also between RounDuos 15-oh. So to do that, I will go through this little bridge of 15-ohs to get to the other side. Again, I would recommend working simultaneously even in this layer. Now the bracelet is nice and flat, so you want to keep it like this. So this is one needle, and if I show you on this bracelet, I will create another small bridge to get to the upper hole of the RounDuo. So I will add 4, maybe for someone can work even just 3 15-ohs and go through the upper hole of the RounDuo. Now I will put away this needle and use this one, and I will again go through the little beaded bridge on the other side. This is the place where it gets a bit tough for the size 10 needle, but it should still be okay. Through the rest of the bridge. Yes. And through the first hole of the Ava bead. This, and on this side I want to go to the upper hole of the 2-hole dagger. To get there I will add 1, 2 15-oh Miyukis and go to the dagger. There it kinda depends, you know, the beads should be the same, but sometimes it's not true. But for me it worked adding just 1 15-oh. Because if you use different colors, different coatings, sometimes you will have to add 2, sometimes even 0 of the Miyukis between the 2-hole dagger. Now I will prepare my 3x4 rondelles, which I will add between the dagger and the RounDuo. And pull. Now between the RounDuos, right over the Ava tip, I will add 1 15-oh. And again between RounDuo and a dagger I will add 3x4 PC rondelle. And this is how you will do it till the end. I will show you again on the other side. Here we start between a dagger and a RounDuo. So here I will add 3x4 rondelle first, then the 1 15-oh between daggers, and again a rondelle between a dagger and the RounDuo, and between RounDuos a 15-oh. Like this. And now I will again switch the needles and work on the other side. Or you can just go ahead and then switch it, but I would do it like this, like 3 avas on one side, then go through the other one, to again keep it nice and flat, because if you go in one line across the whole bracelet and you will pulling the thread as you should do, this half will be more tight and it will start, it will be a bit wavy, and we try to prevent that. So do a small part here, then move over the other side, then do again small part even on the same side, but then move again to the other one, and continue adding the rondelles and the 15-ohs until you reach the other end. I have added all the rondelles and the 15-ohs alongside the whole bracelet. So now there's last few finishing touches to add and the bracelet will be finished. So as we did on the other side, here I will have to add 2 more 15-oh Miyukis and here 4 more. So I will create these little bridges on this side as well. So pick 2 15-ohs on this side where you finished your work going, and the thread is going out of the dagger bead. So add 2 15-ohs and go to the ava bead, to the upper hole. Let me do that. Now it's a bit tricky, of course. Yes, I'm there. Pull. Now on the other side, add 4 Miyuki 15-ohs. And then go to the ava, but to this starting beading bridge. Nice. Pull. And now we have to somewhere tie a knot. Can do it even here. Somewhere I will find a piece of thread, go under it, create a loop, and through the loop I will go 2 times and carefully tie a knot. Nice. Now I will try to go somewhere away from the knot. So I will go through this bridge again and maybe even through the 3 or 4 15-ohs we just added. And now use scissors or your thread zap to burn off the thread. Okay, we got rid of one needle and now the other one. I will again try to find thread somewhere. Be careful not to break any beads. Now we are almost done, so it would be a shame. I will try to make a knot here, so again I'm doing a loop and going through the loop twice. And I will carefully tie a knot between beads. Now I will go away from the knot again This time I will hide the thread in this loop which is holding the clasp. And one more bead. Oh, this will be enough, I guess. And again, use the thread zip. Carefully, of course. Nice. And the Dragonfly wing bracelet is done. I went, as I said, for the even count of Avas. So when I close it, you can see it's still changing its position, so I like it like this even more. So I hope you have enjoyed learning new things while making this Dragonfly wing bracelet. Be sure to check out the description box below for supplies I used for making this bracelet. And you can get everything you need to make amazing jewelry from PotomacBeads.com or PotomacBeads.eu if you're shopping in Europe. Let us know in the comments how this video inspired you and give us a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so. And of course, be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest and more. Thank you and goodbye.